Welcome back, Officers of the Public. It's your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief APGAINS. We're here to talk about the First Order, why they suck, why you should avoid farming them. For now, we'll talk about when is an appropriate time to do that, but also if you've already gone for them, how to kind of fix what you got going on, because we're all about Grand Arena wins here. We're all about making you win as many Grand Arenas as possible, especially if you are early mid-game player, especially, that's double especially for those of you guys who are counting at home, if you guys are free to play. Now, two very important things. One, it is massive PP May. We're trying to get 16969 subscribers by the end of the month. That's 269s if you guys weren't counting at home. You should be doing a lot of counting today, I guess. It's two funny numbers. Let's do it. Also, drop a like for Penis Bugs Bunny. He will be our mascot for the entirety of the month. Now, let's hop into the game and go down over to our squads. We have our nice little video squads here. So, the First Order, why do people farm them? Well, the First Order is a cool faction. They do some pretty cool stuff conceptually. The character models look great. The most recent movies, some people just like the sequel movies, and it's fine. If you guys are playing this game, like I always say, and you're playing for pure passion, you're not caring about Grand Arena win percentage, making as many crystals as possible, getting as good as quickly as possible, and you just want to farm what you're passionate about, never let anyone in the entire world tell you what to farm, what to do if you're doing it purely out of a love for Star Wars characters. Now, that being said, I've spent many years, the last almost 3 years at this point, doing all of the math, all of the science, all of the research, spending tens of thousands of hours making sure I perfect everything that I talk about to kind of help you guys, because this game kind of sucks in two ways. It's great in one way, that it's Star Wars, it's a great community, it's a fun game, we all love each other, we all will admit that there's ups and downs, but we all love this game, right? The two major downsides is it either takes a lot of time or takes a lot of money. APGAINS has neither money nor time, as it appears, apparently, because my life is just in shambles. That's why it's massive PP May, and I'm just praying that the massive PP gods help my PP grow, because I do have a micro. That being said, I'm going to try to help you guys avoid wasting time, or more importantly, wasting money. So, the First Order. This is usually like the main First Order squad that you're going to see. Now, this is kind of from a lens of those people who are just starting out. Because when you're later in the game and you have 40 teams and you have 150 characters, 95 of them are relic, 6-dot mods on everyone, you're going to eventually have everyone. So it's not like this is a faction that you want to avoid forever and ever and ever, right? My account, almost 5 million GP. As you can see, like I barely have touched my First Order at this point. And our Grand Arena win percentage is, 98% or something like that. But this is likely the squad you're going to see. Now, of course, a lot of people are going to say, Russia Galactic Legend or have these characters up at relics early. So don't look at the gear per se on my account. Just imagine that this is, a fully Relic 5, Relic 7 squad, requirements for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Now, oftentimes, that's going to be kind of the main focal point of what people have early on, and they're going to have one or two good First Order squads and maybe a tertiary squad to kind of help them out there. But that's going to be a big problem. We're going to talk about why that's a big problem, because that's a heavy investment, time, gear, relics into a squad that I would say is borderline F or D tier in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I would say is probably a pretty fair assessment of kind of the best First Order squad you can put together, of course, without Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. And this should be the main drawback right here. The Geonosians, also not a great squad, but definitely a squad that you guys should at least have. A great utility squad to have, but not a great squad necessarily to invest too much in. Now, would I be terribly upset if you guys threw on a Gear 12 or maybe even Relic Spy, depending on where you are in the game? No, of course not, because, you're going to get more utility out of a not great team with only one character invested. So, right. But if we look at the numbers, if we look only at the numbers. Now, I like to avoid conjecture. I like to avoid things that are just like she sells seashells by the seashore. He said, she said, kind of, your Johnny Depp, Amber Heard defamation lawsuit. I don't want any of that. I want numbers. I want facts. I want stuff where you can know before you do something that other people have done it and it works. Geonosians, even at lower gears against the First Order team, let's look at our win percentage of 97.0% with this squad that you're seeing right here with a 63.7 banner average. That means you're getting almost perfect banners and you're winning literally 97% of the time. There's a 93% win percentage with even higher banners against a different composition of this first order. 92%, 92%, 91%. Now, these are being out-relicked, right? These are when your opponents have higher relics. So you're punching up with a bad squad against another bad squad that's been overinvested in and you underinvest. So you're getting more value out of your team than your opponent is, and that's what Grand Arena is for most players, right? It's all about getting more value than your opponent gets. At the end game, when everyone has 10 million GP, it's all about, how can I move this chess piece here? How can I move that chess piece there? Kind of outthink my opponent. But for 99% of the players, it's all about, I don't have the same things that you have. We have to figure it out. My dog is barking 1 second. Sorry about that. Sometimes owning a husky can be annoying. But what I was saying is GAC for most players is all about how can I use less to beat more, right? So when you're in a situation where you've used less to beat more, you are winning in Grand Arena. Now next, another team that everyone should have, the Padme team. This is kind of an early game Padme team. Let's say you're even so early game that you don't even have a 5-star Kenobi unlocked. That's oftentimes going to be the case with those very early game players. You can sub this out for any other Galactic Republic. It can be your Gear 6 R2-D2. It could be no one if you wanted. This team is countering this First Order team with much less gear at very high, less banners, but higher win percentage. This win percentage is going to hover around 98% on average, right? And this, as you can see, mine's all relics versus this. But again, don't look at the relics and the gear on my account. We're thinking conceptually, kind of abstract. Take yourself back from what you're seeing on screen. Just look at the characters. Don't look at the shiny little numbers and colors around them, right? We're thinking of this team as fully Relic 7, Relic 5. This team at, I don't know, maybe Gear 10 to Gear 12 across the board with a Relic Anakin. Even if Anakin's Gear 12, you're punching up, right? When a lot of stuff didn't exist and a lot of the teams that you use nowadays weren't really there, and we were still facing this conundrum with this conundrum, we were going Gear 10, Gear 10 Padme, Relic 1 Anakin. I think Kenobi was 5-star, Ahsoka was Gear 10. I don't even think I had a 5th, and we were winning with pretty good banners at a very high clip. Again, that's a situation where we underinvested in a team, and this is a good team. This Padme team is going to be useful for all of humanity, right? This Padme team is always going to be useful. We invested less and we beat more, and that's how we win Grand Arenas. If you take nothing away from this video, it's the idea that we want to look at the numbers. We have plenty of resources. What I do and what I tell other people to do is there's great resources like SWGOH.gg where you can see a lot of numbers. If you go to APGAINS.org, there's a GAC tab there. Direct links to the exact pages on different websites you need to go to make sure beforehand that you know what you're doing. If there's a team you've never fought before, you go to APGAINS.org, you go to the GAC tab, you click see counters. There's a little button there. It'll take you directly to the SWGOH.gg page where you can see exactly what you're going up against and exactly what to do. Exactly how many times it's happened, the win percentage, the average banners, and yada, 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 to help you make informed decisions. We use math, we use information, we use other people's experiences to prepare so that we don't have to make the mistakes. Because that's the great thing about this game, is other people have already made the mistakes for you. You don't have to make them. All you have to do is identify the mistakes people have made and the tips people will give you, apply them, and then use them and win, right? A lot of what I've done over the past couple of years is trial and error. While the GAC win percentage has been astronomically high, that hasn't been an accident, right? We've had multiple accounts running at the same time. We've had a main account and then a bunch of secondary and tertiary accounts where we do lots of testing and stuff like that. Endgame accounts where we're testing, the absolute meta. Brand new free-to-play accounts where we're testing what is it like exactly for free-to-players right now, right? So we've been everywhere. Another team, the CLS team, a team that I'm going to make another video on soon because this is probably your most important team. This is win percentage of 100% with perfect banners with less relics, right? This is undergeared as opposed to the investment your opponent had. We're getting perfect banners and we're using less stuff. The same concept applies. We're investing less, we're beating more. Now, the great thing about this for early and kind of mid-game players is when you follow the APGAINS approved farming strategy, the best farming strategy, of course, you guys can find on the YouTube channel. You can find it again on apgains.org. It's going to set you up for basically 100% win percentage in Grand Arena. This is going to be a team that we have pre-level 85, right? This is going to be a team we have, this is going to be a team we have pre-level 85. So we're going to have this team up and running before our opponents can even place a Zeta or a Relic on any of these characters. So while they're frantically going for this, we have the counter ready, and we can afford to go into other stuff. We can get our other teams up and running. So we don't have to really worry about the power creep of a one team that they're going to have because they're pushing a long-term goal that will take them a year plus, right? We've set up the counter, we move on to the next thing so that when we face these people, we have the counter for that, and then we just get to run wild. Oftentimes we have more teams than we can use, easy wins, we get to have fun, get to try new stuff, theory craft, do whatever we want, have a grand old time. Lastly, bounty hunters. Even without the Omicron, of course, I would say Zam's Omicron is probably the first Omicron you should apply. I guess I need to move my face so you guys can see. This is the optimal bounty hunter team. Of course, most people go Bosk lead, and then they don't have Mando or Zam or Grief, so they go like Bosk, Dengar, Boba, Django, Cad Bane, or whatever. Any bounty hunter team will usually beat with a pretty high percentage your fully relic Kylo Ren teams. I'm seeing win percentages of 100, 90, 87.2% with perfect banners. Again, a team that you're going to have pretty early is going to beat their best team pretty handily with good banners. So that was a lot of numbers. There was a lot of yelling. I mean, that's APGAINS videos for you. There's a lot of yelling. Basically the first order team. Now, as far as what to do if you farm them, if you're pushing a Galactic Legend and you're already a couple relics deep, like let's say you're 5+ relics deep into a Galactic Legend, the only thing worse than rushing a Galactic Legend is rushing a Galactic Legend and stopping and doing something else, because you've kind of already wasted the couple months where you could have set up your account to be successful forever. And then if you kind of divert, then you're going to be in that kind of stalemate where you don't have any of the good stuff from rushing Galactic Legends. You don't really have any of the good stuff from having, a good account. So you're going to kind of be in that purgatory no man's zone. So if you're fairly deep into a Sith Eternal Emperor or a SLKR rush, right? Just finish it out. I mean, I know it's not fun. It's kind of dry. There's not a lot you can do with it. It's very resource and time intensive. But I promise that once you get the SLKR, like you can divert after that and kind of hope and pray that you can kind of weasel your way into some GAC wins and be fine. Likely you're going to be, in lower Grand Arena tiers, but at the end of the day, like, that's just what it has to be, and you'll be fine, right? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I just enabled Super Thanks, so for the couple of you guys who have been asking how you can donate during YouTube videos for whatever reason, just don't say any bad words, no cuss words in the Super Thanks, because YouTube doesn't like that. I'm already having limited monetization because of the bad words that I say, so I'm trying to clean up my act for massive PP May. Just be responsible, guys. All right, as always, I love you, and I'll see you later.